Today on CCX News, a rare feat, the accomplishment that's bringing a Maple Grove lake back to good health. Pollution has been a problem in Maple Grove's Fish Lake for years, but now, as Kevin Miller explains, years of hard work are paying off.
The boat launch and public access at Fish Lake has seen its fair share of fish houses and ice augers. It's a popular spot for local anglers.
So it does get a lot of fishing opportunities, but it also does receive quite a bit of other recreation, such as swimming. The Park District has a swimming beach that is very popular in this area. And then also paddle boarding, kayaking, it pretty much receives it all.
But even with its notoriety, the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency found issues with the water quality.
It does receive quite a bit of recreation.
Three Rivers Water Resource Manager Brian Vlock says it's caused by phosphorus on the lakebed.
It's had severe algae blooms during the summertime, and as a result of that, its high nutrients and poor water clarity conditions have resulted for the lake to be put on the impaired waters list.
That means the lake isn't always suitable for fishing and swimming. But scientists started using a treatment called alum to cut down on phosphorus in the water.
It kind of forms a blanket over the sediments, and that alum blanket essentially keeps that phosphorus from being released into the water column. Fish Lake was an ideal candidate for a project like this.
It proved to be successful. The lake is now moving off the list of impaired waters. Locke says that's an uncommon feat.
To remove a lake off the impaired waters list is extremely difficult, takes years to do.
Vlock says new issues can show up as water quality improves. But heading into spring, anglers can look forward to cleaner water.
Your work isn't necessarily done, but once you do meet water quality standards, that is a huge undertaking, and so results in improved recreational opportunities for the public.
In Maple Grove, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Other than the Valentine's Day snowfall, it's been a relatively snow-free winter. For local public works departments, that means savings on salt. This year is a far cry from last year, which had a record amount of snowfall. In Plymouth, up until Valentine's Day this year, the city's public works department had only needed to use 370 tons of road salt. That's compared to 2,000 tons in a typical winter.
It's so unpredictable on what could happen in any snow season. None of us have that crystal ball to know.
This year's break from the salt is also a break for the environment. While plow crews are trained in smart salting practices, state pollution control officials tell CCX News that it takes a couple years for creeks and wetlands to recover from those heavy salt years. In other news, the mystery over which company will take up space in Maple Grove's former gravel mining area has been solved. The development had been dubbed Project Libre. British arms and aerospace manufacturer BAE Systems plans to build a 248,000 square foot facility northwest of Highway 169 and Interstate 94. It's expected to employ 500 people. BAE Systems is the second major company with plans for a new campus in Maple Grove. Boston Scientific is currently constructing a 400,000 square foot campus nearby. Meanwhile, on Main Street in Maple Grove, a new Broadway pizza plans to open soon. This particular franchise comes with a twist. The venue will have a section for axe throwing, an increasingly popular form of entertainment. The owner says he expects to open soon, possibly by late March or early April. A new Plymouth gym makes getting fit a team effort. This weekend, an owner shares with us what makes his operation different.
Soft knees, perfect. Good. Get up, come on.
There's strength in numbers.
10 seconds left, guys. Keep it going.
A look inside F45 training in Plymouth confirms that.
Everyone comes here for a purpose. They maybe want to lose some weight, they want to grow some muscle, but at the end of the day, they need to be motivated.
You're doing so good! F45 stands for Functional 45 Minutes. People come in and take part in circuit-style, high-intensity interval training. Coaches motivate the class as they move from station to station. Jason Neldner owns the F45 location in Maple Grove, and this spot in Plymouth just opened over the weekend.
Can't imagine not knowing the community that we built in Maple Grove to begin with. And already you've seen it here with the size of the classes that we have and the energy and excitement of folks.
Neldner says he and his wife opened their first gym when they were looking for a change in pace. Nearly 3 years later, the spot is just one more.
So at the end of the day, you're supporting each other. You know, the workouts, I wouldn't say are easy by any means. They challenge you. It's what you put into it as well.
3, 2, 1.
Neldner says a lot of the work is thanks to the coaches. There's also something to be said for the teammates working side by side.
Probably my home away from home. I absolutely love it here. I come almost every single day. And it's hard to leave because it's just an amazing group of people and the workout is fantastic. So
Allie Domeyer travels from Fridley to get her workout boost, and James Murray is a founding member. He shows up with his wife.
I think working out with people and getting encouragement in the community is perfect.
Attendees say it's a space where they can get stronger and feel good doing it.
Here you get pushed past where you do it yourself normally, so I kind of need that where I'm at.
Also this weekend, nearly 24 couples relishing what was a memorable Valentine's Day. 23 couples, including 2 from the Northwest Metro, exchanged vows on Valentine's Day, thanks to an annual tradition at the Hennepin County Government Center. Hennepin County judges volunteer their time to perform free wedding ceremonies. Friends, family members, and curious onlookers witness the festivities firsthand.
Right before the ceremony, I remind them of what an honor it is to be able to be a part of their day. This is their special moment in time, and to be able to be just a little part of that is a special and sacred honor that I get to have. So it's always a joy to be a part of this.
The Valentine's Day wedding tradition began in 2013. To date, Hennepin County judges have performed more than 275 free weddings since the program started.
The Breck Blake boys swim team has enjoyed an unparalleled run of success, winning 7 consecutive Class A state titles. In this week's CCX Sports Spotlight, we meet 2 Bear Stang swimmers who are a big part of the reason why title number 8 could be on the way next month. Look up and down the record board at the swimming pool at Breck, and you'll see pretty much every race's record time set in the past 3 seasons. Day in and day out, Bear Stang's record holders like Josiah March and Henry Webb put their work in here. The 2 are part of a core group of veteran swimmers determined to win yet another state championship.
We know how historic what we're doing could be. We also know our potential. We know how fast we can be. And I think just as a team, we're really trying to focus on what we can do to be our absolute best day in and day out so we can prepare for sections and eventually state.
It's kind of surreal. It's kind of hard to imagine. I mean, this will be our 8th year in a row if we win state this year. And we've got a lot of young guys on the team this year, and it's hard to explain to them what they're swimming for. I've never seen our team lose state, and I don't want any Bear Stang, as long as I'm here, to see our team lose state.
March is a senior, Webb a junior. Both have been with the program since middle school. 2 years ago, title number 6 in a row, Breck Blake fielded a team that shattered state records in winning virtually every race on perhaps the state's best ever prep team. Josiah and Henry were part of that squad and learned from state champions and future Division I swimmers like Charlie Crosby, James Pan, and Charlie Egeland.
Being a young swimmer on the team, watching like Charlie Crosby, James Pan, Charlie Egeland, all these fast swimmers, I got to watch them work hard every day here. James Pan and Charlie Egeland I swim with at Aquajets at Club, so I got to see that year-round as well, and yeah, that motivated me.
That kind of work ethic gets passed on from year to year.
They carry themselves in a very professional way, but a very loving way, and they lead this program. And it allows us to bring in the young guys, 7th and 8th graders, who have some talent, but haven't necessarily seen something like this before.
Webb was a state champion in the 200-yard freestyle last winter. March took gold in the 500 free, and each admires what the other can do in the pool.
As a distance swimmer, he likes to take his races out really slow and then come back all out the back half. And so he's always in control of the race. So I think he dominates his opponents in that way by conserving his own energy and sort of playing a mental game, almost cat and mouse.
What makes him so good in his races is his consistent work ethic in practice. Every day he shows up, he works hard, he swims exactly how he wants to in a race. And so when it's race day, for him it's just easy. It's what he's been doing in practice every day. And he comes up, he has great underwaters, great stroke form. Those are all things he's conscious of in practice so that he can implement that into his races.
Breck and Blake are rivals on the athletic fields, no matter the sport. But it seems to work here in swimming, with athletes from both schools part of one team.
I think it's actually a lot of fun to co-op with our rival school because like the Breck basketball game is a big game, and I'll just be at Breck for practice and I get to go to an away basketball game that all my friends are at, and to me it's almost like a home game because I'm friends with all the Breck fans. It's really bizarre, but I think it's nice to have a bridge between our rival schools.
Just 2 meets remain for the Bear Stangs, sections and state, as they look to bring home another championship trophy.
If we win our 8th straight title, I'm just going to be excited. I'm going to be excited for number 9, honestly. I just want more. I don't think we can ever stop.
2 other Breck Blake seniors plan to swim in college, Caden Liao at Carnegie Mellon and Andrew Colgan at Colorado College. The Bear Stangs are in Section 2A and will compete this coming week with the finals on Saturday the 24th at St. Catherine University in St. Paul. The state swim and dive meet is the following week at the University of Minnesota. For the CCX Sports Spotlight, I'm John Jacobson. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.